People, Deluded, I'm back again. Now, quick video, I'm not going to be here long, but you lot know Mesut Ozil. Now, you're either smiling or angry at me saying that. I'm not going to get into it. I'm sure there's many neutrals like us that, you know, he's a quality player. He's a technical, amazing player. He's had a good career. He's going to go down in history. You can't deny it. He has been a very good player for Arsenal and for his country. The problem is he has played within himself. He has at times been scapegoated, and people, like with Pogba, people look at these men to just think he's going to fix all your problems. He's going to score 100 goals, 100 assists. He's going to dig you out. He's never been that. The thing with Ozil, I don't think he's ever pushed himself and felt real friction and really wanted to evolve when you look at David Silva. We need to move him on, you know, just in terms of the wages to application on the field. We're not getting, you know, Kevin De Bruyne stats for assists, where that's the money that deserves that. Do you get it? We're not getting that. We're keeping a 350 man outside of a cup final squad. I don't know if we have a team that good that we can afford to make decisions like that, or if that highlights the problem. Now, and I think Arsenal and Ozil need to divorce. I don't think it's going to, apologies for kicking the screen, I don't think it's going to happen for a year, people, but we need to. Like, it's not a healthy marriage right now. We need to move on. We need to find a more modern day creative player. That being said, I do think you could use Ozil this season. I do think between Willian in the 10, Ozil there, maybe a new midfielder, these are the men I'm looking at. Emil Smith-Rowe will get opportunities there, but he is going to be hot and cold as he develops as a young man. I don't like Joe Willock in that role. I think if he's not going to play in the pivot, then he shouldn't be here. But Arteta knows more than me about football. But Edu's been onto him, man. And, you know, it's important to remember Ozil played however many games when Arteta first came in. After the restart, he didn't. Whether that's personal reasons, whether that's the fact that he's had a child, whether that's him and Arteta have done anything, I'm not going to speculate. But Edu himself has said, Mesut Ozil simply has to perform in training and games when he gets the chance to remain in Mikel Arteta's plans, Edu has insisted. Here we are talking, of course, about performance. Players with performance in training, the game, they are going to have opportunities because Mikel already showed that it is for everyone. We know how important everybody is. I know how important and how big the player is when you mention Mesut. But in the end, we are talking about performance here. If he's performing well, people are performing well. Who is the best in training, the best in the game? I'm sure Mikel is going to select them to be in the squads, to play games, or to be on the bench. And that's true because, you know, he's retained faith in Bukayo Saka. Mustafi's come out of the wilderness. Maitland-Niles has turned a corner. Ceballos did as well. It looks like Holding has earned himself at least another season to try and prove he's got a career here. So there has Eddie, you know, Eddie couldn't get a game at Leeds. You know, he's backed himself. He trained. Arteta used him. You know, Joe Willock, there's got to be some reason as to why he's consistently being given opportunities. So he will give you opportunities, and it's down to Mesut. And Mesut and Guendouzi are back in the team now, back in training. There's still going to be a lot of talk, you know. There's still question marks over Mesut, over Guendouzi, over Martinez now, over Torreira. These players can be sold to raise funds. We'll have to see. But fundamentally, you know, if you train well, you'll play well. Simple as. So hopefully Ozil can have a part to play this season if he's going to be in this team, because, you know, I don't care for this agenda stuff. I do think there is... I wouldn't say I would make Ozil a massive part of the team, but I do think within the squad he can do up the Europa League, he can come off the bench, maybe even start games and come off. If we're going to have him here for a year, we might as well utilise his skill set, especially if we're not going to bring in creative players. You know, William would be the guy who plays 10 for me if we don't bring in another midfielder, but we'll have to see, man. We'll have to see. The goal is simple. If you don't want to, whoever doesn't want to be here and help us in our quest to try and get top 4, they need to be moved on swiftly. On that note, though, I've got nothing to add, so I'm going to get out of it. It's always a pleasure. People, DG.